You kind of started recording at the right time, to be honest.
Oh my god, what happened?
I don't know! All I did was drive your car after shooting you!
5 stars!
How did I get 5? I kinda need a listicle here.
Okay.
How did I get 5 stars after doing what I did? Well, I hope you're happy. You pulled me from my perfect beach day.
Oh, hello everybody, Puglo Escobar here, and look at that sodding raccoon up there. Look at how he's dressed. Okay, Mr. Raccoon, take it easy. Oh, sodding hell, bloody raccoon, you know. Go on, do it then, sodding swine. Right, okay, put C4 on me, didn't he? Absolute wretched raccoon. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, you know, we are over here at the Maze Bank office. Don't stare at them, Mr. Raccoon, for God's sake. Stop trying to psych people out, you know, wearing bloody captain's hat, you know. What the bloody hell are you doing, man? It doesn't go with your shorts right anyway. Don't speak to my secretary, ladies and gentlemen. She recently embezzled a rather large sum from a child's orphanage, you know. It was for me, but that's not the point. What the bloody hell's going on here? Now, listen here, Mr. Raccoon, you know, stop bothering my secretary. She does not care at all that it was your beach day, Mr. Raccoon. And for God's sake, why do you only ever go to the beach in the rain, for God's sake? And the captain... Anyway, that's not the point, ladies and gentlemen. The point of this video is we are here to have a look at a vehicle, don't you know? Yes, we are. Mr. Raccoon going to sit himself down and purchase one as well. And the vehicle we're going to have a look at today, ladies and gentlemen, is the Pegassi Infernus Classic. And the Pegassi Infernus Classic can be found under the legendary motorsport website. And there we go. Okay, scrolling all the way down, ladies and gentlemen, because it was released rather a long time ago, don't you know? And so we're going to find it languishing towards the bottom of the page, and there we are, ladies and gentlemen. So there we are. The Pegassi Infernus Classic, ladies and gentlemen, retailing for a price of $915,000, don't you know? It is a sports classic, of course, and at this point normally we'd go ahead and purchase it, but I already own it already. It's up at Hillcrest, so let's get going, shall we? Okay, and on this occasion, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go ahead and get there in the modern day Pegassi Infernus, don't you know? And now this is actually a rather fine car, ladies and gentlemen, you know. It's not too expensive. I got mine on special offer, don't you know? So I'm pretty perhaps it is expensive, I don't know, but it's not a bad car, ladies and gentlemen. You can pull it off the street, but we'd recommend buying one and doing it up. It's rather fun. Okay, well, here we are at the Hillcrest residence, ladies and gentlemen, getting dropped off in rather a shocking form by Mr. Raccoon there, and oh my god, okay, forgot what colour. Haven't seen this car in rather a long time, ladies and gentlemen. Forgot what coloration I put it in. That's really rather embarrassing. But I'm sure you'll agree, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of the stylistic elements, I mean, this car is sort of more late 1980s than Arnold Schwarzenegger in a pair of stonewashed jeans tearing down the Berlin Wall, you know. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, the Infernus, the regular Infernus, just out of interest, $440,000, ladies and gentlemen. Have a quick look at that. Okay, so it's a rather interesting looking car, ladies and gentlemen, based on the Diablo, the Lamborghini Diablo, presumably. It's the Infernus Classic, and let's see what she can do then, shall we? Okay, and here we are, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, in terms of acceleration, I'm afraid to report that much like a striptease from a leprous lollipop lady, ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to excite you, you know. The handling as we're coming down there, I mean, it's sharp, ladies and gentlemen, but I mean, it's hard. I mean, it's heavy, you know. It's harder to handle than a hippo on hormones. That's the simple truth of it. And the top end speed, ladies and gentlemen, as we're coming off these hills, we're going to have a look, and whoopsie daisies, trying to hold it, you know. In terms of top end speed, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it's about as average as an Englishman's attempt to assimilate to a foreign culture, you know. It's just that average. Okay, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen, we're about on the flat now, and we're going to try and get ourselves along, and we'll have a look at that acceleration one more time. And okay, so we do sort of get up to speed quite quickly there, ladies and gentlemen. Stability test here, and you can see it's not too bad. Like I said, the main problem with this car, ladies and gentlemen, looking for actual pertinent information. Whoops, that's daisies. The handling is quite responsive, ladies and gentlemen. The handling is responsive, but the car is very heavy, ladies and gentlemen. You do feel it sort of wade and wallow around a little bit. Okay, top end speed, what sodding hell. Top end speed wasn't too bad when you get going, you know, it is a sports classic, you know, so that's got something there. And the acceleration's not too bad as well. Okay, so there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Now we are going to take it on into the custom auto shop, and we're going to go through them all. Sodding hell, bloody hell, where the heck? It just came out of sodding nowhere. Did you see that, ladies and gentlemen? Anyway, yes, I'm going to take it on inside, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a chance to change the wretched coloration of this vehicle, you know. Okay, so there we are. We are going to take it on inside into the custom. We're back in Maze Bank offices. We're going to take it into the custom auto shop, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are. Now, as always, ladies and gentlemen, we will be going through this section of the video at double speed, you know, just in order to hurry things along somewhat, but still provide you, the viewer, with the opportunity of having a look at the different modifications that can be affected to this vehicle, should you then choose to go ahead and purchase it, you know. And as this is rather an old-fashioned car, ladies and gentlemen, there are a great deal of modifications that can be applied to it, but there is a number of sort of personalizations that one can apply, and sort of like I say, just the stylistic elements if one so chooses. And so we're gonna, like I say, ladies and gentlemen, give you an opportunity to have a look at that right now. Okay then, so what can one say about the Pegassi Infernus, ladies and gentlemen, the Pegassi Infernus Classic, I should point out. Well, it's nearly twice the price, but it is twice the price, isn't it, of its more modern day counterpart, you know. And that's sort of rather interesting. You can get the new one at sort of 440,000 and the old one at 915. Okay, so yes, I mean, really, one would expect a great performance, but this is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. It is a sports classic, but so yes, you sort of get what not what you pays for. In this case, you're sort of getting you're buying it more for the aesthetic and styling than for the what's the word now? The sort of the historical value, ladies and gentlemen, you know. The sentimental value, that's the word I was looking for. Okay, well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We have now fully upgraded to Pegassi Infernus Classic, so we're going to see how they handle sending them out into the street. Okay, and in terms of acceleration, I mean, much like microdosing LSD at a hippie festival, ladies and gentlemen, it is fun, but it's not going to exactly blow your mind, you know. Okay, in terms of top-end speed, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, much like playing blackjack at the Diamond Casino, you know, it's a lot of fun, but you're going to come away hating the Asian dealers. Wait, no, that's not what I meant to say at all. God's sake, no, I didn't mean that at all. No, I take that back. Yeah. What I meant to say, ladies and gentlemen, is like when you've got an 11 and you need a 10. It's very much in the middle of the pack, I'm afraid. And in terms of handling, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it's heavier to steer than a Costa submarine. It really is, it's as simple as that. Okay, well, be that as it may, and I can assure you it is, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to send it on up to the top speed test track, and there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got two Pegassi Infernus Classics at the top speed test track, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're going to see how they perform. Okay, so just to give you an indication, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are not aware, you know, what we consider to be a competitive time is 53.54 seconds. So let's see what the Pegassi Infernus Classic can do, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, waiting at a 58.891. Okay, and Mr. Raccoon at 59 people from the news there. Okay, pretty slow, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm sure you'll agree, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's more stunning than taking a bath with an electric eel, you know. It's just absolutely beautiful vehicle. Okay, well, we're going to get things started now, ladies and gentlemen. We have brought on to Sandy Shores, as doubtlessly you can see, you know. And the very first car that we're going to bring out is the Pegassi, oh, good God, what's this called? The Torero. I've got no idea what it's called, ladies and gentlemen. It's nearly $1 million, and it damn well is, pretty much. $998,000. I think it's called $1 million and be done with it, ladies and gentlemen. Based on the Lamborghini Countach, presumably, ladies and gentlemen, you know, presumably. I'm not certain, but I think so. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, the Diablo beats it into the ground. So the Infernus Classic takes down the Torero. I'm not going to start that again. Right, okay, so the very next vehicle we're going to bring out now, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a Garrotti, don't you know? And why not? You know, everyone wants to see it. Surely everyone wants to see the Infernus Classic, ladies and gentlemen, going up against the Cheetah Classic, the Garrotti Cheetah Classic. If you don't, we don't give a sod. That's what you're going to see anyway, ladies and gentlemen. The Garrotti Cheetah Classic retailing for $850,000. $965,000. So very close to that $1 million mark, ladies and gentlemen. Not a million miles away from the $915,000 asking price for the Infernus Classic. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the Ferrari Testarossa, which is again presumably what the Cheetah is based on, goes down to the Diablo. So the Infernus Classic takes down the Cheetah Classic there, ladies and gentlemen. Whoops, that daisies, there we go. Okay, so the next car we're going to bring out, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be yet another Garotti, don't you know? Now, this is the Garotti Turismo Classic. Much cheaper, ladies and gentlemen, retailing for $705,000, presumably based on the Ferrari F40, you know, which at the time that it was released was the fastest car in the world. At least I believe it was, you know. My understanding is that's what it was. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, it's much sought after and highly praised, ladies and gentlemen, and yes, that's pretty much what you'd expect to see. Okay, plane taking off there, ladies and gentlemen. Why you are not taking note of that becomes more pertinent later on, you know. Okay, well, more relevant anyway. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, yes, the Turismo Classic, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely demolishes the Infernus Classic, and that really is rather a surprise. Okay, so you know the price of this one already, $440,000, ladies and gentlemen, buys you the modern-day Pegassi Infernus, and now we're going to have a look at the difference between those two particular vehicles. The modern-day Pegassi Infernus, ladies and gentlemen, is being driven by Mr. Raccoon. He is an absolute psychopath, as you have doubtlessly been able to ascertain for yourself. Regardless of that fact, his name is the Bromby. He has a channel of his own. It is called the Bromby, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you should type that into YouTube, then you'll be able to go and find his channel. I suggest you go and do that. He's got some other good videos on there. It's not even close, is it, ladies and gentlemen? The Infernus absolutely destroys the Infernus Classic for half the price, and that really was make you feel rather salty, you know. Okay, so the next vehicle we're going to bring out, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be the Reaper, you know. Who makes the Reaper, you may ask? You know, you would have thought I'd know that myself. It's Pegassi, isn't it? Of course it's Pegassi. Yes, $1,595,000, ladies and gentlemen, buys you rather a slow supercar. It's the simple truth of it, ladies and gentlemen. And now we're going to see how the Sports Classic stats up against it. So there we go, fighting for it down the back, ladies and gentlemen, but no, as you may well expect. Oh, whoops, this is, okay, what's going on? Solid hell, bloody hell. There we go. Got to watch out for those aeroplanes, apparently, ladies and gentlemen. We don't see them very often, but when that's the first time we've ever hit one, that's for bloody certain. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, yes, the Pegassi Reaper, ladies and gentlemen, over $1.5 million is going to substantially beat the under $1 million. But just let's say the $1 million mark, Pegassi Infernus there. And there we go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so the very next car we're going to bring out, we're going to go drop to the bottom end of the price range, don't you know? Now, this, sort of, at least to a certain degree, this is this is the Fister Comet, ladies and gentlemen, don't you know? Now, it's not just a standard Fister Comet, it's the Fister Comet Retro with the upgrade at $745,000, ladies and gentlemen. So now it's a very similar sort of price range again. It's getting closer to the sort of $1 million mark, $750,000, you could say. And as you can see there, ladies and gentlemen, we had it pretty much all the way around the track, but I'm afraid that Retro Comet is going to come past us at the very end there, ladies and gentlemen. And it is indeed going to take it down to the line, which really is rather disconcerting, I'm sure you'll agree. So it's time to wrap things up. Now, this is what we like to refer to as a serious contender. For those of you who do not know, for the hoes at home, for the uninitiated, shall we say, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Benefactor Serrano, retailing for a price of $110,000 only, ladies and gentlemen, can be found languishing towards the bottom of the Legendary Motorsport website, and we call it a serious contender because, as you're about to see, it is a serious contender, and what makes it worse, of course, is not only losing, but losing to a raccoon as he mocks you.
Just when I just slide on in.
Yes, laughing through gritted teeth, I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, it's time to wrap things up. This is, of course, Big Daddy Z. Don't you know it is the Pegassi Zentorno, retailing for a price of $700. Sodding hell, what's he doing? Right, okay, there we go. Bloody raccoon. Yes, he's trying to prove a point, ladies and gentlemen. He's swerving all over the road, proving he doesn't even need to go in a straight line to beat me. Claims he's warming up his tires, ladies and gentlemen. How delightful, how charming, you know. Yeah, $725,000, ladies and gentlemen, buys you the Pegassi Zentorno. It's an absolutely fantastic car and is going to beat us weaving all the way across the line. So, of course, that means there is only one more question left, ladies and gentlemen. And that question is the Garotti Itali RSX. And of course the answer is going to be it's going to beat it into the ground, ladies and gentlemen. And sodding hell, he's mocking me again, sinking at the line to prove it. Very funny, Mr. Raccoon. Okay, so what can we say about the Pegassi Infernus Classic, ladies and gentlemen? Well, in terms of looks, it's more breathtaking than an obsession with autoerotic asphyxiation now, isn't it? In terms of acceleration, ladies and gentlemen, compared to other sports classics, it's as rapid as a racehorse, you know? But compared to modern-day supercars, it's as slow as a stunned sausage dog, you know? In terms of top speed, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it's less enthralling than watching a narcoleptic wrestling match. And in terms of handling, ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid like a fat lady dancing on thin ice. It's surprisingly fast, but its weight is going to let it down, I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen. So there we go. You know, what can one say about the Pegassi Infernus Classic? Should you buy it? Well, if you're looking to complete a collection or you like its style, yes. If you're hoping it's going to win a race, don't bother. Okay, right, sorry, Henry trying to shoot me. I'm going to get him. Bloody hell, sodding raccoon. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.